Does a debt service coverage ratio actually benefit you as an owner, or does it solely benefit the lender? Well, I believe that a debt service coverage ratio actually benefits both parties. And here's why. A debt service coverage ratio is effectively the cash cushion that you have above your annual mortgage payment. Whether you're paying interest only or whether you're paying principal and interest, the debt service coverage ratio makes sure that you have a buffer above that payment that's due so that you have less chance of getting in trouble with the lender and maybe having a foreclosure action against you by the lender. And how it works is if you've got a $100,000 mortgage payment, principal and interest per year, the lender wants to make sure that you have net operating income of $125,000 or more. And then they will give you that loan on that basis. And the reason they do that is they want to ensure that your cash flow is stable, that you have durability of your cash flow, so that you don't get into a situation where you either need to come back and get a loan modification or where it gets so bad that the lender actually has to foreclose on the property. And a debt service coverage ratio is very simple math. You take your net operating income and you divide it by whatever metric the lender uses. A common metric is 1.20x debt service coverage, 1.25x debt service coverage, and some lenders have higher bars for their debt service coverage, but 1.2 to 1.25x debt service coverage is very common in the industry. So let's say again you have an NOI of 125,000 and you divide that by 1.25, your debt service payment that a lender is going to allow you to have is 100,000. And what that does is it gives you cushion as well. It's never comfortable to be in a situation where something happens in the economy, something happens with your tenant, and then all of a sudden you don't have a large enough cash cushion to protect yourself, to continue making payments, to continue making the expenses at the property level and pay those. So a lender wants to ensure that you have the staying power when they give you a loan. And one of the metrics they use is a debt service coverage ratio. So it's a pretty simple metric. It's one that we use all the time for our analysis when we're buying properties. We generally do not go below those thresholds unless we have a real deep value add property that we think we can add value. We may have some serious vacancy and we've got an idea about how to fill it. We may have a renovation plan, but we're budgeting for those. And so when you're looking at the properties that you're investing in, try and understand the durability of the cash flow. Understand the NOI, understand what the payments are going to be for the mortgage, and then make a determination about whether that investment is one that you feel merits the risk and versus the rewards that it will generate for you financially. So I hope you like this video on debt service coverage ratio. Feel free to let me know if we can do a deeper dive in debt service coverage and if that would help you. Also, feel free to take a look at some of the ideas and strategies that we're going to be presenting in the Passive Real Estate Investor membership. And hopefully you can be joining the Wealth Club as well. And then we'll present real estate investment ideas, strategies, as well as investment opportunities on a go forward. Thank you very much. Look forward to chatting soon.